replacing him with opening match?
Look, Peter Milan has been selected. He was selected in the squad as a replacement for the top order batter, and I think for us to go messing around with opening position, it wouldn't be clever. So yes, you probably find Peter Milan. He's done a lot of good work over a long period of time. He's got a lot of hundreds, so he knows his game very well. So he's his home ground. So yeah, at the moment we'll probably be swinging towards just having a swap for an opening test batsman.
Counts punch.
Look, I think when Quinny came out and played the way he did, I always thought that we were ahead of the game because I did genuinely believe that we were ahead of the game. Obviously the conditions changed quite a bit, but I wanted Quinny to go out there and play his natural game, and I think I said before the test match, you can have one Quinny in your side, you probably can't have 11. But certainly, you don't want to hold a guy like him back because he can take the game away from the opposition very, very quickly. And you also have to have the batters down the order. We talking a lot about our all-rounders. So, in the partnership, he had batters batting around him as well who you could rely on to hold it up an end. We saw the difference it made in the first innings when he was batting with Dwayne. So I'm all for counter punches. I think it was a type of wicket that, especially in the first 2 days, if you hang around there and just try and bide your time, you probably get a good one that's going to get you out. So, batting's about scoring runs as well, and I was certainly all for him going at the bowling and trying to get a bit of momentum. I think if you look at the way that the English bowled, they bowled really well in the first innings. Until Quinny came along, they maybe changed their lines and lengths, which was good for us because of the pressure that we put on them.
Stuart, Mark, Dean, and Ken.
And looking like people know we can.
I think it's just about getting him into the game. I think sometimes as an individual you feel like you're under a bit of pressure and you start worrying about your action, where you're putting the ball, are you performing a role for the team? We spoke to KG and we know what KG is all about. He's a world-class performer. Sometimes you just got to forget about your technique or where you're putting the ball and just get into a bit of a fight out there. So you probably saw KG this morning get out there and have a couple of words. The goal was to try and get him into the game and then just let his natural instinct take over. And you saw towards the end there that his paces were up and he was getting the ball in the right area. That's just because I think he probably had a bit of a sniff of a win. And that's when KG is at his best.
Mark, Dean, and Ken.
Is it a battlefield?
Look, I've played quite a few test matches which we won a couple of good ones, but certainly this is up there. Especially from where we've been, it's been a hectic 2 weeks. We've put in a lot of hard work as a coaching staff and our management as well. So this is just the reward of putting in the hard work and also perspective. I'm very happy for the guys, the way that they went out. We said before that we were trying to instill a bit of confidence back in the players. Seeing them walk off the field now, there's just a little bit of a sense of belief that we can win test matches against very good teams. And hopefully we can take that forward and take that momentum. We understand that there's still a long way to go with working with individuals. We've got a couple of youngsters who we need to try and impart knowledge on and speed up the process of becoming experienced cricketers. And we'll certainly do that. But we'll enjoy this win. You don't take test match wins for granted. But certainly, after tonight, we'll get back on the horse and realise that there's a lot of work still to be done for the rest of the series.
Dean, Ken, Telford, and we're wrapping up.
England's greatest threat?
No, I wouldn't see him as England's greatest threat. I think he's got a spell in him that could really ruffle a few feathers. I think we're in a position in the game to take him on a bit more. Like I said, we're playing like we're ahead of the game. And also understanding that he's a wicket taker, so he's going to pick up wickets. But we're also not dartboards. I've always encouraged the batters to set up to score, and if there's scoring opportunities, you need to take that. So, he was under a bit of pressure as well because he was going for quite a few runs, which meant that we were getting some momentum, and we're also scoring runs, getting ahead of the game. So, he's a threat, yes, but there are also quite a few other bowlers that are a threat in that lineup. So I'm pretty happy with the way that we played him. He bowled well in the second innings, bowled with some good heats on up and down wickets. So you expect him to take wickets. But I also thought that at moments in the game, we put him under pressure as well, which ultimately got us to, I thought, a very good lead.
Kim.
It was in the end.
Yeah, I think we were surprised. I think they also had a couple of issues, sickness-wise and all that type of stuff, which is something that we can't control. We just got to focus on on what we can control. So we were pretty happy to be batting first because we were going to bat as well. And it did. It went around. If you look at the game, I think we were 111 for 5, and we were quite brave in the way that we went about a bit of a counter punch. On a different day that might not have worked out for us, and then we sit here and we go, maybe was that a good decision? But I'm encouraged by the fact that the guys were prepared to take that risk, and ultimately, it paid off. Joe Root will talk about the first innings and the first innings lead. If it wasn't for that partnership with Quinny and Dwayne, then we might not have had that first innings lead, which would have put us under a lot of pressure. I think the wicket did change quite a bit. I've been coaching here for the last 3 years and still haven't got my finger on why it changes the way it does. But certainly the counter punch was a telling blow for England in the first innings. I might go a bit grayer earlier than I expected. It's a great feeling, to be honest with you. There's been quite a few changes that have been made in the dressing room, but the spirit is still there, the passion is still there, and just watching the guys walk in, a couple of guys were a few lumps in their throats, which means that it means a lot for them to win a game of Test cricket. It's a great feeling for me to be back. I've been out of project cricket for quite some time now, so it's an honour for me to be able to walk in that change room and be part of hopefully a change in South African cricket, which we're looking forward to the challenges ahead. By no means that this means that everything's solved, but I'm looking forward to working hard with the guys and seeing that develop over the next short while.
Mark, just going back on Ethan's question about poses outside of people from London.
Look, there are challenges at the moment because we have got quite a few injuries. So I'm not too sure where Temba stands with regards to his injury. I know that he still felt a bit of pain in his side yesterday. Otherwise, we were thinking about maybe using him as a catcher, which we obviously know is a very good fielder. And he complained a bit about his injury. So we'll have to wait and see. If I'm honest with you, if I look at our middle order at the moment, it'll be very tough for us to leave a guy like Rassia to played a very important knock in this Test match. I understand that Temba has also been under a bit of pressure in the media as well, maybe not scoring as many runs as what he wants to. So I also don't want to throw him to the wolves. Temba is a very good player, and we'll continue to work with him in a very specific way to try and get Temba to be the best player that he can be. And if the opportunity arises to give him a shot again, then great. Then the questions won't be asked. But we understand transformation. We understand that we need to do a lot of hard work on a lot of players. Faf mentioned a guy like Andile as well. Maybe there's opportunity going forward with all-rounders, because I certainly do believe that that's when South African cricket has been their best, when we've had all-rounders. It's just about biding our time and waiting for opportunity. And certainly if we do the hard work and we try to speed the process up, then opportunities will open for guys.
Final question, Kristen.
The sort of whole thing going into today?
No harsh words at all. I thought we bowled fairly well yesterday. Maybe a couple of soft balls here and there. But that sometimes happens when you go out there and you expect the wicket to move around a bit and it doesn't quite happen. So I thought they batted fairly patiently as well. Maybe we got one or two lines wrong. But the way that the guys came back this morning, we always knew that the run rate, you can sort of look at the run rate and see how you bowled. And I think it was 2.9 last night. That first session that we bowled today, that was just relentless pressure. And we knew, the more you tighten the rope, something's got to snap at some time. You guys alluded to the fact that Stokes was a massive wicket. I sort of knew that they were going to try something after lunch. We just had to be ready for the opportunity. And thankfully for us, I was a little bit nervous after lunch when they got a couple of boundaries. But it was a bit of a dangle of a carrot with Kesh as well. You know that they're going to try to take him on. You also don't want to spend too much energy on your guys that have to take the new ball. It worked out for us, and ultimately opened up the end. But the next batters that are coming with the new ball when they didn't face many balls.